Mario. I think like actually Mario is no liberal.
I'm a liberal. The reason why I chose him is because when he had the choice and you confirmed that he had a choice, he played the liberal card.
But
Curtis is 100%
Yeah, that
the imposter. So why Curtis will choose Simon or Luca?
Hello, my name is Curtis Knight.
Simon, Dominic Hoare,
Luca,
Bela,
John,
Sebastian.
First thing we're doing is we're learning how to use like a flashcard app as a group. So we're all on a Discord channel. Paul is sharing his screen, explaining it to us, but we're all watching on our own screens, which makes it nice and convenient. And at the moment, we're just looking at a specific example from that. It's a spot on the Anki app where we opened from the low jack, the button jammed for 23 big blinds, and we're just discussing what the calling range is. But the most important takeaway from this session is just we want to integrate this app into our study process and share it with each other so we can kind of be more efficient with our study. That's the idea. It's like a flashcard app, so you can create your own deck or folder and you label it whatever spot you want, and then you have a flashcard, so you basically build it yourself. You build the front of the card with a question, you try and answer the question in your head, and then you show the answer on the back. And from there you can rank how well you did, and depending on where you rank that spot, so if you said you did poorly on it, then it's going to come up more often as you work through the flashcards. If you rank that you did very well on the spot, it's just going to come up less often. So it's just a nice way to practice, recall, and study.
So we are building like a folder with all the answers, and every time when we find an interesting spot, we do like a screenshot of it in HRC or Range Viewer, and then we build a card with the question and the answer on the backside, and we upload that one in the same shared like folder, and then yeah, we use those flashcards to study together and just improve.
All right. Woo! Here you go. Wenn es nicht rechts liegt, jetzt nur in der Mitte. 5 bis... Geht, aber geht. Sehr gut. Luft aus. Sehr gut. Pass auf den Kopf auf. Langsam. Yeah, don't forget this. Important thing. It's good, it's fine. Knees here, your knees. Woo! Tja! Ha! Und Luft aus. Ha! Now we're in the light boxing. That was shadow box. Okay. Come on. Yeah. 2. And. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Servus. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Ach, Mario. Hi. Na?
Grüß dich.
Mach mal so, weil ich hab da gerade Hände voll.
Hi.
Hi.
Du bist Simon, ne?
Ja, genau.
Hi,
Hi, Simon.
Ich werde jetzt gleich ein Coaching, ne?
Hallo.
My biggest weakness is that I can sometimes punt a lot and blast off my stack and then regret it.
I don't really know my limit and sometimes play too many tables.
The biggest weakness is I'm a nit. I always think people have it, I'm overfolding, I'm not 3-betting enough, play too passive, and yeah, I need to work on that.
There's many on the technical side, of course. I have a lot of leaks on the actual technical side, and when it comes to the mental side, I'd say often lacking confidence, which relates to not playing to the best of my ability.
My biggest weakness, probably being too overconfident sometimes about my ability. Sometimes I open up too much tables and lost the focus on the important spots. So that's my biggest weakness, I think.
All right. Wait, didn't I ask you what your biggest strength is yet? What is your biggest strength?
Okay. Oh. Ja, das war halb so wild.
Thank you. Alright guys, how was the session? It was good. It was good, valuable. Now we have to just forward trigger some list of the stats we want to improve on, and we want to dive in deeper, and like 10 to 15 stats in Poker Tracker, and he's gonna send us the list of our own stats, the population stats, and what should be like ideal, and then we can compare them and just work on them in the future. That's the plan.
In the Grindhouse tool, we have €10 bounties on killing flies because they're interrupting us during the grind all the time.
Maybe the most helpful is just to show how to work on yourself, or like how to work by yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most I took away from last year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, was hast du gesagt? Kannst du? Sorry, the webinar was quite bladder filling. So yeah.
What did Paul write about like?
I watched Severino had breakfast with
But the other thing in the 126, he got 4th place, and he actually wrote in the second profile like, I touched Fedor this morning.
Going in the same ice bath than Fedor.
Yeah. So, oh man, that was so painful. That was just so painful.
It was.
Atmen.
It was very teaching.
Yeah. It's a good way to describe it. It was teaching. Yeah. How did you guys do the Grindhouse? I mean, except for the episode that we saw, did you? We went a lot to the lake, played a lot of werewolf.
I have secret Hitler here.
It was obviously longer. It was for 2 months, and then it's like 2-month period during the summer. I think it's important that you do that what you feel like doing. So if you feel like playing a session and you're the only one, just play it. You know, it's and if I play it definitely the worst when I force myself to play it, because fear of missing out something like a big tournament or something. And definitely the best when I really enjoy it.
Which one did you do you use more, Odin's or the
I always use Rangeführer. For the League Finder I use both just to double check which combos, because I also was I did not want, like at some filters you will notice they are sometimes too wide, where I was too extreme with adding hands to probably like Queen 10 off early position. Because like if it's a difference if you play 900 under gun and if you play 700 under the gun, it's still early position in the program, but
it's actually middle position.
Ey, mega, vielen Dank. Ey, das ist mega. Ja.
Hi guys, what are you doing?
We're studying. Currently Mario showed us how to set up filters in PokerTracker and provided us with a lot of leak finding filters so we can review our sessions and see where we are missing IFIs, where we were missing 3-bets against every position and against every stack size. So that's really great.
So you're using a combination of PokerTracker and Pokercode range view?
A combination of PokerTracker, the range view, and Odin, because like in some spots the ranges are slightly off. It's not much, but we compare it to each other and see. Okay, for example, give an example here. I missed an open in PokerTracker with Queen 9 off. And then I see I'm in the cutoff. I play effectively around 20 big blinds. And I fold it, and that's not good. So I'm looking in the range view, open raising 20 big blinds cutoff. Queen 9 is a frequency. Is this a fold or open? It's like 50-50 basically. And then we were looking to Odin to double check. And now when we reach the cutoff, we see what like the Odin preferred range would be like. And it's still like a frequency, but it's slightly more frequency than the range view here. That has something to do, I guess, with like the open raise sizing and some different stuff that are like minuscule things. But that way we can see, okay, I would rather tend to open this because population will probably not play accordingly to a solver, so they will make mistake, and that would make it more of an open for me.
Boomy, everyone decided to either study or do something else, and you're the only one decided to grind.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I'm so hyped and motivated for the grind that I decided to grind, and I have not the possibility to play at home in the evening most of the time, so I will use the time when I'm here to play as much as I can and study the rest of the day.
I think so we are pretty sure on you, but I actually think that Mario is one too, because when he says, I believe that I am not a fascist, I mean like
the imposter basically.
I mean, he said he believes me, so that can either be he really believes me, or it can be because he's a fascist and he knows the out fascist.
Imposter.
The biggest weakness is I'm a nit, and then he says he believes me to make me, to get my Who? Who's speaking? Mario. I think like actually Mario is no liberal.
I'm a liberal. The reason why I chose him is because when he had the choice, and you confirmed that he had a choice, he played the liberal card. That's why I believe that he's a
We
liberal.
didn't know that.
And I did not know that he was lying at that point.
But
Curtis is 100% the imposter. So why Curtis will choose Simon or Luca? That makes no sense.
What do you mean?
Or just
Curtis now said, okay, give the Chancellor to Simon or Luca.
Yeah.
So we know maybe what they are.
He's bluffing. I thought like, okay, he's not honest. Because there was no chance.
That's a good rule to know.
That was a good round.
That's a good rule to know.
Curtis, in a few words for people just seeing what you're playing and not knowing what it is, what are we playing?
We're playing a board game similar to a game called Werewolf that many poker players are probably familiar with, or Among Us Online. It's very similar. It's kind of like a hidden role-playing game where you're playing in secret teams against the other team, and you're just trying to get your team elected, if that makes sense.
So there's a lot of lying and bluffing and reading people.
It's actually quite similar to poker. Lots of lying, lots of bluffing. You should constantly be trying to hide your role. It's poker skills come into play for sure.
All right, have fun.
Next time I call him down, for sure.
next time on the Pokercode Grindhouse.
Black boy joy, she wanna see the Forbes like I wanna see her form. Tell me what you for, yeah, ayy. And pay me what I'm owed, yeah. All this money on me.
So I'm turning.
Yeah, cash rolls all around me. Yeah, all this money.
If you had the chance to take $100,000 right now, or 50% chance of getting $1 million, what would you do?
Money round me.